Menasti emo akwaba e higher express GH TV. Make sure to subscribe and notification bell turn it on. So be like it, so be share, so be comment, so ya we are na general be so any alje papa. PH media na sunemu ketua bi edi kan de edi TV. E na ye de ba be sombo e we platform kese we eto. Ba me pass akwa we so e kan for mighty boho drilling company bit and farm. Say a hydrogeological investigation pump restoration boho drilling. Omo ye number 1. Message from nobody is our soul. No matter show a corner pastor and the Amaro. Media, ye papa George Germany Mahama, the former president of this country. Media, how can I see you could be no one communicators for the big H. said that be with the Quay. Ye the moon the sumo, our platform can see with Sudia. Ye can say a year, ye papa, Dr. Mahama Bomia. The campaign message be on Sudia Maya or this.
This election is a choice between two candidates. It's a straight choice between two candidates who both happen to come from the northern part of Ghana. It's either going to be Dr. Bawumia as president or John Mahama as president. So we have been given the opportunity in the north to end and the privilege to produce a president for Ghana. But we all know that John Mahama has been president before. Dr. Bawumia has not yet been president. I have been vice president. But I have done some work. And John Mahama has also done some work. So we have to look at the two to see who will be best for Ghana, who will be best for the north, and who will be best for Animguase constituency. That is very, very important. When John Mahama was president, there's very little he can show in the north as far as development is concerned. It's very little. If you look at the vehicle that he produced to develop the northern parts of Ghana, that was the Savannah Accelerated Development Authority, SADA. I don't know if you can point to a SADA project in Animguase constituency. One, not even 5 or 6, just one. You cannot point to. And we cannot point to any SADA projects in the north. But that was where we spent hundreds of millions of dollars for northern development. Eventually, they told us that they reared guinea fowls which flew to Burkina Faso, so we couldn't see them. Let me make one point. In the 8 years of the last NDC government, 8 years, the whole of the 8 years, they couldn't complete one major road in the whole of the Upper West region. Just one for 8 years. If you also look at what we have done and what he did, you see that he opposed the free senior high school education. He said if he had the money, he wouldn't spend it. His people said it was 419. We couldn't do it. We insisted that we needed to do the free senior high school education. I was very committed to it because I know our people in the education. And today we are seeing the benefits. Senior high school students have increased from 800,000 to 1.4 million. Your Majesty, think about it. 60 years of independence, 60 years, we had 800,000 senior high school students. But after 3 SHS of just 7 years, we added 600,000 to it. So that is telling you. And what is even more important for us is that in terms of the increase in enrollment, this year you had about 500,000 students enrolling in senior high school. But the top 5 regions in Ghana, out of the 16 regions, the first 5 in enrollment in the senior high school were all from the 5 northern regions. All of them, top 5. That means that we are topping the league in enrollment into senior high school.
Yate, where's the name about me and come be on so a day at the past? And this time around, but I think say parties in why and you cannot make kind so I talk with the other side now. Me person me ni yako na you could see nsem bi papa John Dramani Mahama so e dia yi Kalije so ano e wo picture ye to aso e dia ma.
As Kalije, I'm a digital influencer. I'm a chef on Twitter. I cook politicians and all that. So I have 2 questions. One is about the brain drain in the country. Ghana at the moment, we have a very youthful population, and most of the youth are leaving the country. They are all going to the UK and the United States, trying to find jobs because we're told that the payroll is full and there are no jobs in the country. I've seen the 24-hour economy. I've done my research, and I think it's a brilliant policy, by the way. But aside that, what other policies are being put in place to reduce the brain drain? And also the second thing is, a lot of us keep saying that all politicians are friends. So what is the assurance that if you are elected into office again, politicians and people that have been heavily involved in state capture will be prosecuted and put behind bars?
Yeah, my son Sharaf has spoken about you several times. But thank you very much for what you do. Like you see, migration itself is not a bad thing, but it must be organized migration. And so if you look at countries like Philippines, they have organized migration. And so what they do is they give their young people skills training in hospitality, in nursing, home care, in seafaring, and so many other vocations, and they organize and export them to other countries. You know how much Philippines makes every year from organized migration? $30 billion. $30 billion a year. And so migration of professionals is not entirely a bad thing, but it must happen in an organized manner. And that's why at one point I said that people will leave anyway, but we must create the situation in which when they leave, it is organized departure. And so, for instance, if we have nurses and there's an excess of them and we cannot immediately find them employment, there are countries that are prepared.
When John Dramani Mahama, the former president of this country, respond to Kalije over that immigration and no. And I think Ghanaians are applauding him and they are praising him for him to answer a question that way now. And this is where the chairman be breaching. Ababe respond everything come and they have 24 hours economy. Economy no interest they say. ATM
NDC tower 24-hour economy.
24-hour economy is a simple thing. If a country is determined to use its own resources to expand in industry, industrialization, and to add value to it, there is a chance that you have about 70% and more 24 hours economy, because people will be needing things at any time of the day. But if we are primarily producing products, 24 hours economy would only be at government selected areas. We want private sector to be involved in 24 hours economy as well, because that would promote employment, that would promote also a perspective for the youth.
Yeah, wait an unknown explanation for 24 hours economy. Yeah, can't say you're not sanity, but unknown explanation, no. Now, branch be also a Casadima NDC for this city is added here. Your friend Amaro, Shakur, Ababo, everything come obi, Ediafa. Yeah, Papa, his excellency the former president John Dramani Mahama I wanna ne come on say moment is me on so can the channel this side.
John Mahama or police wey dey anya dabi free say free SHS nimpo wa be ka kire say Ghana say billions of dollars wo ho eno mpo ayi bibia wo o man we mo den di free me tete politician bi ka free kwa no me twa no free say every year bi ahwe free SHS real school Ghana university mpo ye say ya dua accommodation na hostel fees ni ente so mo na transportation system no fair no kwa bi emma form eno nye better so be promise you be say free level 100 na obedu level 200 no ya be times 4 free dey munya free SHS ani ene o ma we mo edin ka asem bi a e dey free munya asem ne ka sendu sika fa fresh
Yeah, say Amaro Shakur dey come out to say free body or take the word free and na because free thing they are according to no enye e ma dey ni expensive e ma munya masa dey na Ghana ye bre nyina no every free SHS. It's Mahama what he is saying, because one has about time to complain say even the free SHS is costing us a lot. Why are you about to talk about searches now? I Exp0śe TV. Subscribe for latest updates. Notification button on. Like, share, comment. Share, be my crown. Bye bye.